Joel Embiid is out there with Blake Griffin. Then there's George, then it's Thompson, and it's Curry in at the point. That's the Warriors 5. And rejected. And that'll be golden. Bounds. Warriors able to keep possession. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third. Insider Shams Charania on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Well, with teams seeking switchable defenders, there's a specific player type that could be losing value, those smaller scoring-minded combo guards. You think of the Cole Anthony, Colin Sexton, Jordan Clarksons of the world, perhaps not as sought after as before with teams looking for positional size and versatility.
They'll be challenged for certain. All right, Shams, thanks for the report. Here's George. Following the bucket by the Grizzlies. Misses in close. Pass to Kidd. Here's Olajuwon. Embiid covers. Shot's good by Olajuwon. Olajuwon's got 8 points in the quarter.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone until someone stops him. Just let him roll.
Now here's Curry. 20 points for him. 5 to shoot. Here's Embiid. That's short off the rim.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them, too.
Marion passes to Kidd. Here's Olajuwon. Uses the glass on the layup. Olajuwon's got 22 points.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
And Steve Kerr wants a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter. Pass to Embiid. The fader. That one's good. He's now 8 for 13.
In the mid-range, Embiid is pretty confident. He goes right up and drains that jump shot with ease.
Kidd, the pass to Olajuwon. Here's Marion. Some nice ball movement by Memphis. Lays it up and banks it in. 24 points for him.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Screen by Griffin. Here's Curry. It's rebounded by Olajuwon. Olajuwon's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Marion. Offensive rebound. Pettit, good.
Their strong work ethic has been evident on the glass, really getting after it and being physical.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thanks a lot, Brian. The Grizzlies last season retired the jersey number of the grind father, defensive ace Tony Allen, the player who coined the grit and grind motto that came to define the franchise in the 2010s. Allen was a perennial all-defense selection in Memphis, and his hard-nosed play set the tone. Brian, back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot.
How about the level of activity this dude just brings to the glass? Just refusing to give up on plays, and his teammates, trust me, they appreciate the effort.
Now here's Embiid. 17 points in the game. Inside. Oh, look out! Joel Embiid with a power jam.
Oh, Curry is one of the toughest covers in this league, especially when he's working the pick and roll.
You know, Richard, the Warriors have the 3rd most championships after the Lakers and Celtics.
Yeah, 2 of those came as the Philadelphia Warriors, including the first NBA championship back in 47. And then they had the one with Rick Barry in 75. But most people know about their rings from the last decade or so in this dynasty.
And the Warriors by Memphis on the other end. It's tipped. Here's Marion. George defending. Marion passes to Pettit. And that one is stuffed right through.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And start with their defense. They've been intense on that end, and they can actually help their offense as well.
Now here's Thompson. Give him 8 points now. George. Thompson scanning the floor from deep three-point range. And here's Griffin outside. Grizzlies with the rebound. Here's Kidd. 21 points in the game. To to the inside. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And it's a 12-point Grizzly lead. Golden State has gone 7 of 11 from outside the arc. Nice percentage from distance so far. Pass to George. Now here's Embiid. Fades back. And he makes it. Embiid's got 21.
His shot has been on point from the opening tip. He's pretty much kept them in the game.
And so Tomas Isolo calls a timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. And the Warriors making a change here. Wagner's checked in. And Memphis also making a switch. Jackson is checked in. Floats one up. The rebound by Embiid. Embiid's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Kicks it to George. Three-pointer. Gets the three to fall. George has got 11.
Line him up and knock him down. You know PG is good to drill a handful of threes when he steps on the floor.
Kidd, the pass to Olajuwon. And they'll get another chance to the paint. On the mark with the 15-footer. Olajuwon's got 18 points now here in the second half.
They're playing a lot more aggressively on the offensive boards in the second half, racking up a ton of second chance points.
Curry, and the whistle on the shot. Got some contact there. Misses the shot, but he'll shoot two.
Well, we might as well count those free throw shots. Curry is automatic at the line.
And really an offensive transformation for the Grizzlies since 2024, Graham.
Yeah, they're pushing the pace, playing a unique style with a lot of cut.
Money from 17 feet out. Olajuwon's got 32 points in the game.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
It's stolen. And the Grizzlies pushing it up now. It's stolen by Curry. In transition, here come the Warriors. It's George on the wing. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play opportunity. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Grizzlies.
Oh, they've been punishing the inside defense consistently in this one. Look, it's been a very productive area of the floor for them.
And you have to talk about the passing, too. I mean, the ball has been zipping around on the offense, and they've kept the extra pass. Mentality the whole way.
Looking at the Grizzlies last year, all of their top 14 players in minutes played were in their 20s.
Yeah, in some ways it's a good thing. Bodes well for the future, but I think they could use some veteran leadership at times. It's a tough balance between youth and experience.
They're making smart adjustments, setting guys up for success.
But it took them a little while to get there. Just goes to show, as long as you persevere, you'll figure your way out.
Here's Kidd. He's got 21. Pass to Aguirre. Over Wagner. And no good, trying to use the glass.
Great contest by the defense, and he's unable to hit that tough fadeaway.
The kick out, Curry. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. And some changes here for the Warriors. Jackson, he's checked in for Griffin. Thompson comes in for Paul George. And it's Young in for Stephen Curry. Stolen by Young. And the Warriors pushing it up now. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Thompson. Puts up a deep three. Embiid. And throws it down.
Love the activity from Embiid, just doing whatever he can to keep plays alive, getting rewarded for it there.
Kidd, the pass to Aguirre. And again, it's Memphis missing. We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. Grizzlies out in front. They lead by 2. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Gotta admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
These teams locked in a very close contest. This fourth quarter promises to be a good one. On the court for Memphis. And it's Marbury in at the point guard. Now here's Young. Pass to Wagner. Griffin on the wing. Here's Young. That one a tad offline, but it drops in for him.
And so shifty with great handles. Young gets the defender to commit, then takes full advantage.
Takes a step back, and there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Klay Thompson picks one up. That one misses. He hits the second from the line.
Did enough to make it a 2-possession game. Every point counts, especially down the stretch.
Screen by Griffin. Young, the pass to Wagner. Young looking around. Down low. Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Jackson rolling off the pick can finish with either hand or just rise and fire.
Memphis leading. Marbury, the pass to Pettit. Shoots over Griffin. Pettit misses. And so it's Young with it. He brings it up for the Warriors. Here goes Trey. Pass to Wagner. Jackson, the screen, and here's Thompson for 3. He buries it from 3. And the Warriors lead by 1.
Let me just say this, Klay Thompson is one of about 10 people in NBA history that you do not want to leave open for a 3. The defense has to make it harder for him out there.
Here's Marbury, and Klay stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
His first turnover. He's been extremely steady with the ball tonight.
The Warriors have gone a perfect 3 for 3 here in the fourth.
Memphis foul call. Stephon Marbury. First personal foul. First team foul.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. Thompson finds Wagner. Back to Thompson. Pulls up.
And imagine how good they'll look if he can start to chip in a bit more offensively.
Here's Marbury. No good on the triple.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Griffin passes to Jackson. Wagner for 3. Memphis with a rebound. Pettit's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Driving in. And he gets the bucket. Coming down the stretch, it's still anyone's game.
Incredible effort and energy on both sides. These guys must be gassed.
Now here's Thompson. Pass to Griffin. Out to Thompson. Screen by Griffin. And the Warriors miss again. The Grizzlies have gotten half of their attempts to fall in the fourth. 2 for 4 now. Now Young with a steal. Griffin in the post. And here's Young. Wagner, right side. And the dunk by Wagner.
And it's a blessing to have a big wing with the mobility of Wagner.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. To the middle. Here's Doherty. And the layup is good off the glass. And the Grizzlies lead by 1.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game. And that one was easy.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for him.
Now here's Young. Pass to Thompson. Outside Young. There's the triple. Cash! Trae Young with a triple.
In terms of volume, Trae Young is up there in three-point shooting. He's never shy from deep.
Here's Marbury. Here's Pettit. Defended by Griffin. Pettit, good. Pettit's got 10 points in just the second half.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Outside Young. Thompson with a screen. Young, the pass to Jackson. Off with the layup. The Grizzlies have gotten 4 shots out of 6 attempts to drop so far in the fourth. Aaron gets the bucket.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
The Warriors have gotten 5 shots out of 9 to go in this fourth. Jackson outside. Pass to Thompson. Jackson the screen. 4-3. Another 3 for Golden State.
And now with 2 3-pointers in each half, he's really doing his all to help his team out from deep.
Memphis trailing here. And stolen by Jackson. To the
And that's on the defense right there. Griffin is too good once he gets the positioning he wants.
Memphis has gone 7 of 15 from distance in this game. Yep, that one goes. Guerin's got 4 points this quarter.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Outside Young. Pass to Wagner. Now Thompson. Back to Young. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Wagner. Again, Golden State.
That may be not the highest percentage of looks right there, but look, you can't argue with results, I guess.
Pettit. Here's Doherty. Nice work on the boards, paying off with a basket.
You wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the glass.
Young with it. Pass to Griffin. Here's Jackson. Now here's Young. Jackson outside. Golden State needs to get off a shot. The 3 from Thompson. Memphis with a rebound. Here's Marbury. Guarded by Young. Now Young with a steal. In transition. Here come the Warriors. Here's Jackson. Misses the baby hook. The Grizzlies have gotten 7 of their first 10 shots to go during this fourth quarter. Marbury, the pass to Doherty. And he misses the go-ahead basket. The Warriors have gotten 8 of 14 shots to drop so far here in the fourth quarter.
A little extra spice on that one from Griffin, showing off his athleticism for all the fans.
Thanks for that great view, courtesy of the AT&T Connected Cam. Ooh, Griffin with the steal. And they're pushing it up. There's Young with the 3. Memphis with a rebound. Doherty's got 4 rebounds in the game. Pass to Aguirre. Here's Marbury. Here's Aguirre. And he comes up with a bucket. Aguirre's got 7 now in this quarter.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
And here is Thompson. Outside Young. Back to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
He was so dangerous in that action. Nice decision there from Young.
Grizzlies trail by 3. Here's Marbury. Griffin pulls down the board. Jackson on the wing. Pass to Young. Jackson the screen. Ooh, he leaves no question.
Won't shy away from the big moment. No hesitation from Jackson Jr. on that shot.
And we will have a timeout called by Tomas Isolo. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for the Warriors. George comes in for Wagner. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Over that last break, I was able to catch the message that Memphis's coach was giving to his team. He told his players, we are right there, guys. This game is ours. Continue to work hard, and we will win this game.
Allie, thank you. Just 5 on the clock. Here he goes. Oh, he gets it off before the buzzer. What a shot.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
Now here's George. Outside Thompson. Screen by Griffin. For 3. Oh, the slam off a fantastic lead pass. What a play.
You love the confidence Griffin shows in his offense.
1:57 left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Olajuwon. Embiid covers. Shot's no good. Now George. Off on the layup.
Fantastic defense, giving full effort.
Nice. That one's good.
And man, is he in a zone right now. Seems like he can't miss.
Here's Thompson. There's a minute 17 left in the fourth quarter. Yes, it's good.
And who else do you want in this situation? It's all about Embiid, and he's ready to carry that load.
Here's Olajuwon. Embiid covers. Cleared away by Embiid. And here's Thompson. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. Now George. It's intercepted. Here's Guerin. Floats one up and count it.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Expect them to take their time this trip down.
Yeah, B.A. The clock is theirs to burn.
Here's Embiid. Unbelievable! Embiid bangs it in.
And no doubt the ball is going to go to Embiid there. Needing a bucket, and he gets it.
And timeout is called by Tomas Isolo. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. Here's Olajuwon. Embiid covers. Yes! Using that window!
Stayed with it, and his effort is rewarded with the second chance bucket.
And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Yeah, no, you had to do that. I mean, can't allow them to dribble out the top.
And he commits the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that gives him a 4-point cushion.
Taking 2 shots.
Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Well, how about the poise he showed there, making this a 2-possession game?
is the three. 16 feet out. And so it's Golden State winning this one. This one was in the balance right until the final seconds.
And BA, they showed their character when it mattered most, sending those fans home happy.
Let's send it courtside and check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Trey, in order to come back from that double-digit deficit, what did you have to focus on?
Well, I mean, this is the NBA. I mean, it's a long game, and Coach just telling us to keep fighting, keep pushing, and shots we're going to start falling, and we stuck to the plan that he gave us in pregame.
It was a great team effort. Thanks, Trey.
All right, Allie, thanks. Great stuff there. And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Richard Jefferson, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Joel Embiid.
I'ma get back even if I get, trust me. Till then, I'm kick back in the cup.